So when you harvest your Asian water milfoil for the weevils, you want to make sure of a couple things. We're going to try to fragment it as little as possible because that can start new populations of your Asian water milfoil. That's exactly what we're trying to prevent. So I've got my aquatic rake. I'm going to find some Eurasian water milfoil down here. I'm going to put my rake down to the sediment, twist it a couple times like you're getting spaghetti on your fork. Bring it back up slowly and carefully. And there we go. Now, carefully without ripping, get these Eurasian water milfoil strands off of your rake. We have to have it be 24 inches long, so that's 2 feet, all right, from the bottom of the stem all the way up to the top. And the second thing you want to look for is that we have to make sure that we have a perfect top. So they call it the apical meristem. It needs to have a good growing top on it. It's not broken or fragmented, because otherwise the weevils don't like it. All right, now once you have this, these are definitely 2 feet long. I'm going to put this in my good bucket. All right. You want a little bit of water in your bucket, enough to cover the stems. You can put these in there and then keep collecting off your rake. Now when you find all these other plants, unfortunately we do end up with some native bycatch here. So we'll want to not throw these back in the lake, because that can, A, it can lead to bad perceptions of what we're actually doing to the lake, and B, it just gets pretty messy and weedy. So make sure you have not only a bucket for where you put your Eurasian water milfoil stems, you also want to have a bucket for your waste. Right here. So in here is going to be any plants that are not Eurasian water milfoil, as well as any Eurasian water milfoil stems that are just too short. Okay. All right. There's a couple in here you can take out. Now, one thing we want to be careful of is identifying northern water milfoil versus Eurasian water milfoil. So I've got some northern right here. Easy way to tell the difference is that northern will have less leaflets per side than Eurasian. So another way to tell it too is that the northern water milfoil will have obvious turion growth, especially early in the summer. So right here is what I'm going to refer to as turion growth. It looks like really compact, very small leaves. Now when we're collecting, we don't want to grab a bunch of northern water milfoil. We're trying to train these beetles, or the weevils, to eat Eurasian, okay? Although they will also eat northern. Okay, another thing we want to be careful of is fragmenting. Inadvertently, we're going to end up fragmenting some of these plants no matter how hard we try. So make sure that there's someone in your boat whose job it is to collect all the fragments. So when you have a fragment, you scoop it up and you put it in your waste bucket. Okay? Unless it's big enough to collect and it has a meristem. The importance of making sure we collect the stems that are floating and fragmented is we don't want those plants to actually start a new population, because just one area here where the leaflets connect to the stem is enough to reroot and start a new population.